So at the start of the Britannia Challenge Cup, we have Marlow on the Berkshire station, and we have Wallingford Rowing Club on the Buckinghamshire station. So this is obviously men's Cox Fours, an event you'd have specialised in, Neil.
I did, if you can't see the Cox, it's because the Cox is lying down at the front of the boat. These are stern loaders, sorry, bow loaders. And generally what you tend to see is good steering from these crews off the start, because the Cox has a good... You can see now the Cox, just the head there, blue cap, the Cox of the Wallingford crew. Local derby this, but Marlow have really stamped their authority on the race. They've gone out to a length of a lead of almost 2 lengths.
And just as a former Cox, like when you're in this position, when you're behind as the Wallingford crew are, what would the sort of things you'd be trying to motivate your crew with to kind of, you know, it's early doors, they've kind of left contact with the Marlow crew, but what motivational things would you be kind of saying to them?
Well, it's so early in the... Okay, well, I mean, it's still relatively early in the race, and I think from a motivational point of view, you'll be reminding the crew how hard they've trained for this, you know, how this has been a pinnacle, a beacon for them through the season. But I think also trying to focus them technically on what's going to make them go fast. I think it's very early in the race to focus on a lot of the motivational calls, because you've still got quite a long way to go, and got to have faith in what you've been focused on technically that's actually going to give you maximum boat speed for your capability. So you can see the Cox there in the bow loader. It's quite a ride. You have a fantastic view all the way down the course, all the way up the course, I should say, and as a result, well-sighted, good steering is a feature of these stern-loaded Cox 4s. And
just with being a Cox, is there a weight limit? Are all the Coxes the same weight, or is there a minimum, maximum?
So there is a minimum weight that you have to be, which is 55 kilos, which is 8 stone 9 in old money. I think for serious crews, you know, 55 kilos is also a de facto maximum, because you don't want to weigh any more than it's necessary to weigh. There is a minimum there to ensure athlete health. People don't diet too aggressively, but no crew wants to carry any more than they would have to, and therefore 55 is very much a target weight.
So it just shows the importance of that kind of buy-in from each member of the crew. The athletes have their part, and obviously the Cox being part of that cohort has their kind of responsibility as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think, you know, all Coxes know well that the oarsmen that they're working with are training hard, and if training hard is what's required in order to meet target weight, that's something that they will want to do. You can see in this particular case, Marlow got this race very much under control. They've got a full-length lead. Rating 25, so they've really brought the rate down, well under control. Wallingford still at 33, so working hard, but just not as efficiently as we can see Marlow. For the winning crew in the situation, it always just looks that much more relaxed, controlled. There's a lot more time between strokes.
And this is obviously, you know, Marlow have gone for a huge rebuild of coaches, but this is obviously their top boat competing at the Regatta. And this is a great message to kind of relay to the rest of your club and your athletes that are competing here that, you know, the program's working, things are going well.
Yeah, absolutely. This is exactly the kind of performance you're going to draw a lot of confidence from as a club, because, I mean, this is another event that only started today, so no form to go on prior to today. The results really now starting to show, you know, what the clubs have essentially delivered in training is now being made evident on the race course.
I see Marlow maintaining their lead over the Wallingford Rowing Club. it's taking that opportunity when you have this margin now to kind of go through those calls and, you know, just maximising the opportunity to actually have gone off the start, gone through those processes, because obviously you only get to do this once a day.
Yeah, they're racing 22 now, so I think there are two things that they'll be focusing on. One is energy preservation, and that's reflected in the rate. You know, they're going to have to race again tomorrow, and therefore want to make sure that they're now as efficient as possible. And secondly, it's an opportunity in what is still a race scenario to focus on key technical points. You can see they're really taking time at the finish there, sitting back, pressing the finishing away, taking time to flow the handle round.
Just as a Coxsworth kind of been in charge of a crew, like what are some of the fundamental things you do before racing to kind of put everybody at ease? With your kind of crew, like when they're kind of chilling out, relaxing, do you do the blaze, or do you make sure everybody's okay? As you can see, Marlow making their way towards the finish line in control. A really dominant performance in this heat of the Britannia Challenge Cup as their lead boat move through to Friday's racing. So that was a win for Marlow Rowing Club over the Wallingford Rowing Club in the Britannia Challenge Cup.